Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about NEO, but before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So it has been a while, guys. I'm so sorry, just kind of got caught up with life and everything like that, but I'm back. I'm going to be consistently making videos again. I'm going to get, this YouTube thing on track, but I want you guys to understand, I have not given up on NEO stock, and boy, has it been a rough couple of months, or the last 6 months have been pretty rough for NEO. Let's dive in. Let's talk about NEO, why I'm still invested in the company, why I'm actually buying more, and what my overall price prediction for NEO stock is. All right, but before I start the video, guys, please make sure to just know that I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice or anything like that. So with that being said, let's get started. So we see NEO currently at $16.75. Let's take a look at the 1 week chart, up 21.82%. We actually got a very good week for NEO this week, but looking at the 1 month chart, still down about 14.15%. We were trading around $19.87, so around the $20 mark. Taking a look at the 3 month chart, down about 34%. 1 year looks brutal. We're down 49.74%. And 5 year, we're still up 179%, which is awesome. But we cannot ignore the fact, guys, that, from all-time highs of around $66, NEO has taken a big hit. Now, there definitely is a lot of macroeconomic factors for why NEO stock is not performing as well as it should be. So I'm going to kind of dive in, talk about what's holding NEO back for now, what I expect for the company, and my overall price prediction for NEO stock by the end of the year. So let's dive in. So, we can definitely say a lot's happened with NEO. I think the biggest thing holding NEO back right now is definitely Shanghai lockdowns and delisting fears. This whole delisting thing, I know that they're currently in talks right now, the US and China, about finally figuring out this accounting situation. I'm hoping to have a decision by the end of the year. They said it may come way sooner. I think what I read is they said it would come somewhere in June. I'm hoping for that because this is definitely going to be a game changer for Chinese stocks. And, we have around $200 billion invested in Chinese ADRs and stocks that are traded over the New York Stock Exchange. So this is definitely going to be a big deal. But what's caused NEO's rally? Shanghai is still locked down. So, we got to dive into NEO's deliveries last month. I think they delivered somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000 cars, which is definitely not on track to what NEO was delivering earlier in the year. We have the whole Ukraine-Russia situation. We're still dealing with supply chain shortages. So you guys have to understand that NEO stock has definitely gotten the biggest brim of it all. It's definitely got hit the hardest because there's so many things affecting the stock. But I want you guys to understand that when investing in NEO, the company is growing very fast and it's got a long-term prospect growth. Yes, I've lost a lot of money on NEO, so you guys are not the only ones out there. I am not pumping up this stock. I want you guys to know that I do hold a decent amount of NEO shares, over $20,000 worth. So it's definitely it definitely hurts to see NEO go from all-time highs of $66 all the way back down to $16.75, and even with a low of $11.57. I was sitting there looking at the stock and trying to wonder, what's going on with the overall company, but we have had some relief news, so let's dive in and see what has been dragging NEO upward over the last couple of weeks. So we can definitely see, like I said, over the 1 week, we're up 21.82%. We see this huge dip here, 1173. That's the lowest I've seen NEO stock ever since I started trading it. I started making videos on NEO about 2 years back when NEO was trading around $12 a share, and the company was not even close to performing as well as it is right now. And I just want you guys to understand that there is a lot of macroeconomic factors that are pushing the stock down that are only short term. But driving up NEO stock this week, we got a bunch of good news that China, for one, this was announced this morning that they're finally easing down on the crackdown of their Chinese tech companies. I think this is due to the overall fact that the Chinese economy is trying to rebuild, and they finally realize that, okay, we cannot continue to put such immense crackdowns on all these tech companies in China. It's hurting the economy. So we saw that they're easing of crackdowns. We definitely did see that, delisting fears has been dragging NEO down. But as of May 20, which I believe is this Friday, I'm pretty sure that's the date that NEO is also going to start trading on the Singapore Stock Exchange. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think NEO is going to get delisted, and I do think that NEO does need to be on the US stock exchange. But the reason I say this is because this does hedge against the fact that if NEO actually did get delisted, this could play as an important part as, if the stock got delisted, like the, Singapore Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange are interchangeable. So if the stock hypothetically did get listed, which I personally think it's not going to, then our shares would be transferred over to the Singapore Stock Exchange. Now, that has definitely been holding NEO back a lot, but there's also a lot of stuff as well that's driving NEO up. We saw Cathie Wood did buy it, and we also saw, George Soros, who's a big-time investor, also put a lot of money into NEO and sell out of his Tesla or his Fisker stake and his GM stake, and he put it into NEO. On top of that, we also got a Bank of America analyst upgrade from NEO from a neutral to a buy, with a price target of $26. And on top, to follow all that, we actually got a good call from JP Morgan this morning, which, by the way, 2 months ago, they called Chinese assets uninvestable. And now they're giving the signal that people should start buying Chinese stocks. On top of Shanghai, I believe they're ending their lockdowns June 1st. And, we have NEO releasing their earnings report at the end of the month. We get deliveries. They finally delivered 200,000 cars. They're delivering out their new SUV. So NEO does have a lot of good stuff going for it as an overall company, which is why I'm very bullish in the long term. Did I think we did have a pretty significant pullback? Yes, but that has not changed my overall thought about the company. A lot of people out there are definitely picking up NEO stock because they see the value. They see how fast the company is growing, and they aim to be profitable by 2024. Now, here's the thing. I do think that NEO stock could have definitely been a lot more profitable. NEO as a company could have been a lot more profitable a lot earlier. But, like I said, there's a lot of macroeconomic factors in the world that are driving the price down. But we also get the ET5 sedan later this year with the opening of NEO Park. So NEO is doing everything right to grow as a company. It's only a matter of time before this company really does boom. Now, my overall price prediction, it is going to vary. I mean, I do think that NEO can definitely retest the $40 to $50 mark. That's just my personal opinion, but it's definitely going to depend on a lot of things. One, if the Russia-Ukraine war, starts to die down a little bit more. We definitely do see, guys, that market sentiment out there right now is not very good. I mean, people are calling recession, bear markets. I mean, like I said, guys, looking at the 1 year chart on this thing, it's brutal. It's came down from $53, but an all-time high of $66, all the way down to $16.75. I mean, it generally does not look pretty for the overall company, but you guys have to understand that it's not just NEO stock out there that's taking a hit. It's all companies. We saw Amazon, we saw Google, we saw all these big-time companies just continue to get hammered and hammered and hammered, and they're still getting hammered. I mean, a lot of these companies are trading 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90% off their all-time highs. I do think the sell-off is a little bit extended at this point, and this is just based off technical analysis in itself that a lot of RSI indicators are showing oversold on a lot of stocks. So I do think that we are personally going to get a uptick going into the second half of this year. A lot of analysts are definitely thinking that for NEO stock and a lot of different other companies as well, that as macroeconomic factors improve, the overall company is going to start to do better. Now, like I said, if everything goes out according to plan, I do see NEO stock hitting $40 to $50 by the end of this year. This is going to depend on how their delivery numbers are. With the ET5 sedan coming out, another exchange, if the US and China can definitely come to an agreement when it comes to the accounting thing. And like I said, this is absolutely huge for NEO, but getting a second listing, guys, this week is going to be absolutely huge for the stock. But even if things continue to be a little bit grim, I do not see NEO stock staying in the 10s and even the 20s. I do think that even at the worst case scenario that things do not improve, we do enter a recession if we're not already in a recession, the bear market continues, I still do see $30 minimum for NEO stock. The company is growing way too fast. Too many people are finally starting to see the value in NEO and are starting to load up a bunch of different shares of NEO as well. But, that's just my personal opinion on it. We're definitely going to have to see a market outlook. NEO has had a pretty good run over the last couple of days with a lot of good news dropping. It's definitely going to see if NEO can continue the pace with the Singapore exchange on Friday, the drop of their new SUV. their earnings report. That's, I believe it's not announced yet, but it's somewhere towards the end of the month. And if they have good delivery numbers, and if Shanghai does open up, this could be enough momentum to push NIO, in my personal opinion, to the low to mid 20s. So we're definitely going to see how this does play out. But guys, you guys have to understand that right now the market is a very volatile place, that we may see NIO go back down to $15, $14. You know, it could go back down to $10. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But if you have the long-term vision on NIO stock, you guys will truly understand that this company is doing great things, even tackling all these macroeconomic factors. It's growing so fast, and the stock price is eventually going to catch up. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. What's your personal price target for NIO stock by the end of the year? If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own, and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.